What's up, YouTube? Outdoor Freedom here. I'd like to come to you today with a top 3 plastic baits, alright, or plastic worms in this case. These are my personal favorites, and I'm sorry if the camera has got my face kind of flipped around like a mirror. Something I can't help. I'm filming off of my iPhone. I was using this little camera, but it's deciding not to work. And I've got a video camera actually that I'm going to start using. I've just got to get me a cord to where I can upload to my laptop so I can upload to YouTube. But with that out of the way, I want to come to you with my top 3 plastic baits. Alright, first off, what we're going to name here, we're going to go from like least favorite to favorite, okay? Out of the top 3. So first thing I want to list, baby brush hog, Zoom. Everybody's heard of them. If you're not new to fishing, you know of the Zoom brush hog. Green pumpkin is my personal favorite color. I don't really have any other favorite color. I like any dark green color like this, anything that's, you know, kind of natural. I feel like fish, you know, they bite more natural colors unless they're bedding fish, and then this really doesn't matter. But again, I like this worm because it's an awesome worm to swim. I like to swim it through the water, kind of give this worm a lot of action due to its, you know, multiple parts. You know, it's not like a normal worm. You know, it's got all these parts on it that are going to move the more you move it through the water. And one of my favorite things are these 2 little tails coming off the end. What I like to do is I like to dye those in like a chartreuse dye, and that really, you know, flashes underwater, and the fish really see that, you know, and it can, you know, provoke a strike when you normally wouldn't get one. Sometimes you get short striked, you get your tails bit off. That's just part of the game. But what I like to use with this is a 3/0 hook or a 4/0. Most of the time probably a 4/0 for this, because you do get short striked a lot on this worm. But those are my main hooks that I like to use, worm hooks. But yeah, this is a great bait. If anybody wants to throw this worm, you'll have success. As long as you fish it right. Fish it fast, in my opinion, and you'll catch fish. Alright, then I'm going to come to you with the Super Salt Trick Worm from Zoom. All of these baits are going to be Zoom, by the way. I love this worm. It's bubblegum. One thing I like about this worm is it's big. So what I do with this worm, you're probably thinking, well, you just said, you know, you like green, you know, natural colors. That's not natural. What I like about this is it stands out underwater. You know, it's really bright. The fish see it as soon as it hits the water. But what I like to do with this worm is I like to bed fish. Bed fishing, what I like to do is you just want to really just piss off the fish, pretty much. Any largemouth bass, you throw this in his bed, it's big, he sees it, he knows it's there, you wiggle it in front of his face for long enough, and he's trying to defend his, you know, his bed with his fry inside of the bed. He's going to hit it. I mean, it's just how it works. I like to use a 4/0 hook on this because they like to short strike it, or they like to just pick it up by the tail and move it out of the bed. So it might take a couple tries, but the more and more you throw it in there, the angrier he's going to get. Alright, and you will catch fish with this. Alright, I'm going to go into my third and final worm, and that is going to be this finesse worm. It's a watermelon red. It's by Zoom, a company that I really like. I think they make the best worms, in my opinion. And that's just my opinion. Some people may have others, but that's mine. One thing I like to do with this worm is it's a real short worm. It's only like 4 inches maybe 5. What I like to do is I like to use a 3/0 hook just because it's a really short worm. So, you know, a smaller hook. And what I like to do, instead of putting a bullet weight on like this, what I like to do is I actually like to get a split shot sinker, and I like to clip it onto my line, and I like to slide it all the way down to the tip of the worm. And I want to make sure it stays at the tip of the worm too, because it'll mess the action up. But what I like to do with that, I use this really small split shot, and it allows my worm or my bait to fall fall slower into the water. And what I like is, you know, it just holds it in front of the fish's face. If you're fishing cover and you don't want to leave that cover, you know, to get the worm to sink, or to get it to, you know, to work your bait. If you're working it on a heavy sinker, it's going to go straight to the bottom out of the fish's face. If they're not really fast moving, they're lethargic, you know. You want something that's just going to kind of hang there and tease them. Alright, so I like this worm. It has to be my personal favorite in the watermelon color. I have fished the other colors, but the watermelon red has worked best for me. I don't know if it's just by chance, but that's what works best for me, so that's what I fish with. And I fish down here on Lower Carter's Lake in Georgia. I don't really like the upper lake. I fish the lower lake. I've caught more fish. There's a lot more cover on the lower lake, and a lot of people think, well, you can't fish a water body, you know, that falls and fluctuates, and there's rising water levels and lowering water levels. But in my personal experience, you can. I've always caught fish down there, and I don't really think it bothers fish, because if it did, it happens all the time down there, I'm pretty sure the fish would starve. So they have to eat it sometime. But yeah, that's kind of my top 3 favorite baits. I hope you enjoyed. If you'll look right here, this is going to be my video, my more popular video on my channel. It's a John boat review, and I just want to get that video out there. You click on that video, you'll see my boat. You'll see what I use, what I fish with, and I'm actually going to be coming up with another video of my John boat and me actually fishing. So stay tuned for that, and leave a comment what kind of videos y'all want, because I definitely read my comments, and if you want to see a video, I'm going to try to make it happen just for you. Alright, and if you'll click up here, that's my channel. Please like and subscribe, and come back to me more. I appreciate it, I really do, and I like going over this kind of stuff with you guys. It's more a hobby, it's not anything big, and I want to hear what you guys think as well. So with that being said, everybody have a blessed day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you.